Okay, this is the new Dorman intake. Gotta say, checked it out real good. Had a lot of surfaces in here that had some pieces of plastic in the casting that were almost as high as the gasket. Had to scrape them out and clean all these surfaces to make sure they were flat. I mean, probably 6 out of the 8 had stuff that I had to kind of I scraped it. I didn't want to grind it with a sandpaper or anything. So anyway, there's the old one, and there's the new one. So getting ready to drop it on now. Okay, got the new intake on. Torqued down pretty good. Got to that back bolt with a swivel, and yeah, when I put it on, this metal part right here, this new metal piece, seemed like a big space there. I wasn't sure if it was going to go down, but it torqued down pretty good. Probably took me about 20 minutes, only because I was taking my time and being cautious. So okay, got that down. I'm going to move to the next step, which I got to figure out what that's going to be. Okay, so far not too bad. Okay, got the fuel rails on. Got the fuel lines connected, got the injectors in, got the wires on the injectors in, just threw the alternator in, and probably got about 30-35 minutes just working around some stuff. So not sure how long I got in it so far, but yeah, coming along. And I got to pick it up tomorrow. We get hit some rain. I had to stop working. So, all right. Get to you next time. Okay, got the throttle body on. Got most of the brackets on. I still don't have the alternator permanently put on. But, yeah, it's going a little slower back together because I don't want to do things twice. So I'm really making sure I got everything where it's supposed to be. So far I didn't have any old crap, you know, so it's working pretty good, and getting close now. Okay, just put the throttle control bracket on with the linkage assembly. It took about 10 minutes. We're about 3 hours and 10 minutes in. I got a couple vacuum lines to connect and finished doing the alternator. So yeah, that's not too bad. All right. Moving on to the alternator. Okay, got the alternator in place. Took about 15 minutes. The new bracket went on okay. What I did was tighten the 2 bottom bolts on the alternator because they went to the motor block. That didn't change. And then I tightened these 2 bracket bolts up first, and then I tightened the final alternator bolt, which probably put the alternator in exactly the same spot. So anyway, that wasn't too bad. Got the belt back on. So going to put the air cleaner on and check everything out to make sure I didn't forget anything. And we're ready to give it a try. Okay. See you next step. Okay. Air cleaner on. All the wires hooked up. Checked everything out. Everything that's supposed to be is connected. The only thing that I had to screw up on is when I went to fill up the coolant. I'm used to working on cars with radiator caps. So anyway, what I did was I took the thermostat hose off and I poured it in through there. Wasn't sure how else to do it, and I left the cap off the reservoir, and I just watched the water till it filled up the reservoir. So I assume that's filled, and I'll just watch it. I'm going to change the coolant anyway in this thing. So anyway, I'm just about to start it up. I guess I'm ready to go. Next shot will be the engine running, I hope. Okay, I done all the checks I can possibly look at. I got the coolant finally up there. I'm not sure if that was the best way to fill it through the radiator hose, but did the trick. Okay, I'm going to start it up. This is it. I always get nervous when I'm starting up a new project, so we'll see. I'm going to turn the key on and let the fuel pump for a second, and then we'll see. Watch for leaks. Well, sounds good. I don't see any fluid anywhere. Not missing. I guess everything's cranking. Well, the project took probably about, I got to say, about 4 hours. And that's with me never seeing anything like this before. I mean, it's pretty intimidating, all the wires and hoses, but the harnesses are set up so it's kind of idiot proof. All the hoses are close to where they should be. So anyway, I guess I got a wrap up I want to say about the intakes, and we're done. It wasn't that bad. If you got a set of wrenches and got some patience, 4 hours ain't bad. So, okay, good to go. Hooray.